Hey guys, welcome to the third installment of my Where's Santa reading vlog. This is actually the second time that I'm recording this video. I did record this already about a week ago, maybe not quite a week ago, and my camera betrayed me and corrupted loads of the footage. So I do have some stuff, like I do have some in the moment pulls of boxes and things like that, but a lot of it I've lost. So this is going to be a bit of a weird video because all the initial enthusiasm and things that you usually get with a video as I talk about books and things, the moment's kind of passed a little bit, but I will do my best to round off this whole series. So if you don't know, Where's Santa was the TBR game that I played during the month of December. The whole goal of the game was to try and get a bingo. And yeah, in this vlog we'll find out whether or not that happened. But if you watched my last vlog, you would have seen right at the end that the last book that I pulled out was Snow Country by Yasunari Kawabata. This book I did end up listening to as an audiobook, and the version that I listened to was narrated by Brian Nishi, which wasn't actually my favourite to start with, but it did grow on me as like that. I feel like that does happen quite a lot, is when you start listening to something, if you don't get on with a narrator, more often than not they do grow on you over time. This is a story that was serialized over the years between 1935 to 1937 originally in Japan, and you're following a Tokyo businessman called Shimamura as he returns to the Snow Country, which is this very, very, very cold part of Japan where gentlemen used to go in order to go to the baths, go to nice inns, have a relaxation, and there are geishas there to entertain them while they're there as well. So when you meet Shimamura, you're actually meeting him the second time he's going back, and you quickly find out that the first time he was there, he actually met a young girl and they had a kind of bit of a relationship, and he's going back with all the intention of seeing her again. Her name's Komoko, and the first time that they met, she wasn't actually a geisha, but now he's returning, she has had to, for various different reasons, become a geisha. And I don't know if this has shifted their relationship or not, but it certainly does have an effect on their relationship. The other thing is that when you first meet Shimamura, he's actually travelling on the train to the Snow Country, and while he's on the train he becomes quite captivated by watching another young lady as she's making her way to the Snow Country, and he kind of sits on the train and he's speculating about her relationship with the man that she's with. But I would say the majority of the book actually does focus on Shimamura and Komoko's relationship that they have, and the kind of doomed feeling that it has over it. You know, Shimamura has a wife back in Tokyo, and Komoko is now a geisha. And I think one of the things that the author did really well was just really get across that kind of feeling of desperation that Komoko has, because she really is head over heels in love with Shimamura, and I think you could really feel it. Like there's certain like franticness about her character. She kind of pushes him away, pulls him towards her, and she's just kind of out of her mind a lot of the time. She's also drunk a lot of the time. And although when I first started listening to the book I was a little unsure of what I thought of it, because I really had no idea what it was going into it, I actually think by the end of it I did like it, and I could read it again, because I think now I know what it is. Now on a reread I could maybe get a lot more out of it than the first time, if you see what I mean. So yeah, that was Snow Country, so that was a success. I ended up finishing that book while I was away visiting family for Christmas, and because I was going away to visit family for Christmas, I did actually pre-open a few boxes. Again, I was really overambitious. I didn't actually get through the boxes that I ended up opening, but I will cut now to the first one that I opened so you can see what it is. Okay guys, it's time for the next pick. I'm very excited. Let's find out what it's gonna be. So I'm just going straight in and I'm gonna take this one. Actually, before I look at this, let's just talk about where we're at. So here we are at the moment. We're in quite a good position to get some bingos. So this line is very close to a bingo, as is this line here, and also, oh yeah, this one here as well. The diagonal's not looking too good at the moment. And what else? The four corners obviously not looking so great, but yeah, hopefully we get something soon. Okay, so now let's see what this number is. Please let it be something useful. Ooh, it is 22. Okay, where is number 22? That's the question. Number 22, it's right here. Okay, that's pretty good, because that means if we get an 8 pretty soon, then we could be getting the first row. So that would be very exciting. But yeah, oh, okay. And there is a present in here. This is box number 22. And there's a little present. There's no Santa though. There's no Santa. So let's pull out the book and see what we have. I already snuck a peek at it. I usually like to show you guys first, but I already looked. But it is the Nutcracker. Another Christmassy one. I cannot believe this. I'm pulling all the Christmas reads. Yeah, I mean, it's Christmas time, so why not? Except that I need to get through my 40 by 40 list, so it is slightly frustrating. So the Nutcracker that I'm going to be listening to is on Everend, and it is, I think this is the original one. It's The Nutcracker and the Mouse King by E.T.A. Hoffman. So I will be listening to this, which is pretty exciting, and it is only 2 hours long, this audiobook, so very short. And yeah, finally I get to find out what the Nutcracker is all about, because I must have seen an adaptation of the Nutcracker, but I just can't remember anything, and I certainly don't remember no Mouse King, so I'm very intrigued to read or listen to this story. So yeah, good pick. Okay, and we also got a present, so let's find out what the challenge is and if we can complete it this time. So let's have a little look. It is... This is something I can't do because I'm going away. Oh, how frustrating. Okay, this I might have to do in the future. Essentially, it is run some sprints. I haven't organised any reading sprints for ages on my channel, so it would be really, really fun thing to do. So I definitely will do this, and I will try and do it at some point before the end of December to like maybe do like a, oh, where Santa's nearly finishing, let's try and do some reading sprints. It's just fitting it in because it's Christmas time. So as you already know, because I should have explained, but we're going away to see family for a week. And then when we get back, it's like going to see loads of different friends, and then New Year's Eve, and then where Santa is over. So yeah, I can't complain because it's all good stuff, but it's going to be tricky to find some time for this, but I will really, really, really try and fit this in somewhere. So all I have to do now is just pop this guy back in. So yeah, so close to a bingo. I really wish we'd found Santa, because then it would have been a sure thing. Right, so as you saw, I got The Nutcracker and the Mouse King by E.T.A. Hoffman. And this book was actually first published in 1816, so it's really old. But I did actually listen to the audiobook that was available on Everend, and it was multicast, so I had really high hopes for this audiobook that maybe were not met. So yeah, this audiobook was originally published by Dreamscape Media. And yeah, this wasn't my favourite read. And I don't know if it was because it was like heavily affected by the audiobook style that maybe I didn't like, or maybe it was because I was trying to listen to it in between activities with family and I was exhausted, so I was half asleep when I was listening to it, or if I just didn't get on with the story. One of the things I've always wondered about audiobooks is why don't they just have one narrator all the way through, and then for the characters have a different actor coming in and saying that the lines of that character as and when they happen. Because I often think about this, because a lot of the time I listen to audiobooks and they're dual perspective. So you've got two different actors reading the book. And what this then inevitably leads to is that both actors do each other's characters' voices, and they never sound right. Like, it's always jarring because you have an idea of what one character sounds like, and then the next chapter it changes because it's the other narrator. And so yeah, I've always thought, why don't they just do that? Why don't they just have a narrator and then an actor for the voices? That's what this audiobook did, and I didn't like it. So maybe I got my answer as to why. I just really felt like it was quite disjointed. Yeah, it stopped the flow of the story by having a narrator and then an actor jumping in, I think. Just for me, I think personal preference, I just didn't like it. And the other thing was, in parts of this story, you had multiple speakers at once, and they kind of did that, but it didn't sound like lots of people talking at once. They kind of sounded like they just stacked audio on top of one another in the editing, and then it sounded really robotic and kind of really creepy, which maybe did work for the story because the story was kind of creepy. So in this story, you're mainly focused on Marie, who's this young girl and she and her siblings have this godfather Drosselmeyer who makes them like mechanical toys and stuff. He like makes clockwork things and stuff like that. And one Christmas he comes calling and he's brought them a nutcracker, and Marie loves this nutcracker. So everybody's quite happy that Marie is like looking after this nutcracker. I think her brother like hurts it and like breaks it in some way. So then Maria decides to look after the nutcracker because her brother hurt him. So as Marie is doing this and kind of looking after the nutcracker, she falls over and hits her head, I think, or something happens to her, and then basically all the toys come to life, and then suddenly you're like thrown into this like crazy war that's going on between the nutcracker and a mouse king who has like 7 heads. I was just really confused, and I think like because I was half asleep when I was reading it, I really just didn't know what on earth was going on. Anyway, you end up learning the backstory of the nutcracker and what's actually really happened in his life and why this war is happening. And yeah, he takes Marie away on to this magical land and stuff like that. So yeah, it is a magical story. It's just a really weird story. It just wasn't what I was expecting at all. So yeah, anyway, that was the Nutcracker and the Mouse King. I don't think I rated it. I don't think I knew how to rate it, but I read it. I listened to it, and yeah, it was a weird time. Time for the next pull. So let's see what this is. Obviously you already know that I haven't actually yet finished the previous one, the Nutcracker, but you should have already seen my review for that. Oh no, I just threw them all out the bag. I think we just lost one, so maybe this should be the next pick. But I do feel like I need to count them. Man, I can't believe that just happened. I'm going to use this one because it fell on the ground, and I'm going to count them after I've looked at this and make sure that I've got the right amount. Okay, so let's see what number this is. This is number 15. Okay, so number 15 is here, which does not give us a bingo, but I found Santa! I found Santa. I'm so excited. Okay, one sec. Let's put this down first. This is so exciting because this means I'm getting a bingo next time, no matter what, because of course, I'll be picking box number 8. So here is the box as proof. Box number 15. And there he is, hiding underneath the book. Ah, I'm so excited. Can't wait to tell Spencer that I found Santa because he hid him. So he'll be excited that I found him. Okay, so let's find out what the book is before we do anything else. Oh my gosh, is that what I think it is? This is the Box of Dreams. This is Sea of Tranquility, which is on my 40 by 40. And I honestly can't wait to read this book. Let me just go and get it. It's here. Here it is. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. I bought this book last June, so June 2022, and I've wanted to read it as soon as I picked it up. The only reason I didn't is because I wanted to read The Glass Hotel before reading this one, because I was told if you're reading Emily St. John Mandel books, to read Station 11, The Glass Hotel, and then this one in that specific order, then you get a lot more out of it. So yeah, I've read The Glass Hotel. I'm all set up, ready to go. I'm not going to tell you what this one is about because I do want to go into it not knowing anything. But yeah, I'm so excited. If you didn't know, if you didn't watch my introduction video, the rule is if I manage to find Santa, that means the next box that I pick out doesn't have to come from this bag. I can just choose which box I'm going to pull. So no surprises which box I'm going to pull next time. I'm going to have to confess something here because without me knowing, I ended up cheating. So hear me out. Essentially, while I was opening boxes, I managed to make a bingo. Now, somewhere between opening all the boxes and being away from home for Christmas and returning home and all that stuff, I managed to convince myself that this next book got me the bingo, and I decided that after this next book I wouldn't read anymore because I was running out of time. And I also think I've got a review of it that I did straight after finishing it, so I'll see you back here after that. Hi guys, this is Editing Kim here. So in all the confusion of me losing footage and redoing things, in the process I managed to delete footage that I didn't lose. Which is my review of Sea of Tranquility and also me opening the book. And yeah, I'm so sorry about that, because that was quite a fun moment, opening the present and seeing what it was. But I did really enjoy The Sea of Tranquility. I didn't absolutely love it. I think I gave it 4 stars, which is still really great, but it wasn't quite a 5-star read for me. It did quite heavily include the Glass Hotel in particular. So there were parts of Station 11 included in it, but more so the Glass Hotel. So I would recommend reading the Glass Hotel first and Station 11, to be honest, before reading this book, because part of the charm and excitement for myself did come from the fact that I already knew some of the characters already. The story itself felt very layered because it really did include her own works that have already been published, and also a real event that has happened in our very recent history. And so yeah, it was very, very layered because of that. It also spanned many, many years. The earliest time period was 1912, and then it went right up to 2401, 2401. And I did enjoy that whole extensive timeline. It definitely made the story into something a lot more. However, I didn't absolutely love it. It didn't quite live up to my expectations. So 4 stars, not 5 for me. So big reveal, this is the book that I unwrapped thinking that I got a bingo. It's quite apt that I lost this footage when I didn't actually get a bingo. But the book it was Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. And the reason why this was a book that I wanted to read was because I heard Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany talking about it, and she said that it would be good for people who love The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and I definitely did love The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. So I'm very, very excited to pick this up because I just think I'm going to really like it. So I don't actually know what it's about, but I still think I'm going to like it. See? Massive cheat. But anyway, let's just breeze on past that, and it's what's done, it's done. We're now like well into January. I can't do anything about it. I opened the book, I got my prize. It wasn't deserved, but I got it. So Sea of Tranquility is the last book that I ended up reading for this challenge, and actually it was one of my favourites. So Sea of Tranquility was one of my favourites, and the other favourite I had was the short story by Robin Hobb, which was Silver Lady and the 40ish Man. I really, really enjoyed reading that short story. Yeah, so I'm really happy with how this whole thing went, because I ended up reading 12 different things from the Where's Santa game, and I found Santa, and I did get a bingo, kind of, because it was the next go after Sea of Tranquility. I plan on playing it again in June, which is my birthday month, because I think actually that's quite nice. Maybe bringing this game back for summer in June, and then maybe doing another round in Christmas next year, and try not to cheat this time. So next thing I have to talk about are the challenges. So as you should have seen, one of the challenges that I pulled out was to run some reading sprints, and I did actually end up doing that with Amy from A Star Reads on the 30th of December. And because at that point I had decided that I wasn't going to read anymore after Sea of Tranquility, in every single break we had in between sprints, I ended up unwrapping another one of the books that was left from the game that I didn't manage to win. So if you wanted to see a bit of a live reaction to me opening those books with Amy, then I will link down to the sprints that we ran in the description for you to check out. But if you're not bothered about that, then I am going to, in a sec, show you what those 4 books were anyway. So kind of like what I could have won. The other challenge that I need to talk about though is the giveaway challenge, because I did put a challenge out to buy someone a book. And I did say in my first video, I think, if you wanted me to buy you a book from your Amazon wishlist, then to link it down in the comments, and I would do a random comment generator, choose someone's wishlist and buy a book off it for them, if it was possible, because sometimes it's not. And essentially, I just thought no one was interested in that because I didn't see any links. But after I said that in my last video, Amy from A Star Reads told me that she did link her link in the comment section, and sometimes YouTube just deletes all links from comments, and so I think that might be what happened. So yeah, I'm gonna try again. So if you did want to be in with a chance of me buying you a book, then please fill out the Google form that I will link down in the description, and I will randomly choose someone's wish list from the entries, and I will buy someone a book from the Amazon wish list. I'm not sure when this video is going up, and I'm really scared that the footage is also going to corrupt, so let's just, what date should we say? Maybe I will write down in the comments when I'm going to do that and when the deadline is, because I don't want to say right now just in case it's completely wrong. So yeah, have a look down in the description if you did want to take part, and if it's still open then feel free to add into the Google Forms your wish list to the list. So yeah, fingers crossed that works better. The only other thing is sometimes it's difficult to buy someone a book that's in another country to myself. Yeah, I would do my best. And the only other thing is I'm going to caveat it with I can probably go up to 15 UK pounds. So yeah, I can probably go up to £15 when buying someone a book, but anything more than that I'm just not going to be able to afford, unfortunately. Anyway, once I have chosen someone and I bought them a book, I will add that to the description and let you know who it was and that the giveaway is now over. Okay, so before I show you what the 4 books were that I unwrapped, I'm going to first go through the rest of the books that could have been in the game, just so you know. So first up, we had 3 from my 40x40 that could have been there. We had Drive Your Plough Over the Bones of the Dead, very Christmassy. That didn't come up. We had The Light Fantastic by Terry Pratchett, and we had The Last Children of Tokyo by Yoko Tawada. We also could have had Murder on the Orient Express, The Dog Who Dared to Dream, which looks so cute, and I was really hoping that that would come up. The Haunted Man and the Ghost Bargain by Charles Dickens, The Gift of the Magi, The Empress of Salt and Fortune, The Christmas Appeal, So Long a Letter, Medusa, The Professor, and The Cat Who Saved Books. Okay, so on to the books that I could have won. The fake one that I won, which was Cloud Cuckoo Land. Yep, you saw that one already. I also got Babel, which I'm very excited about, and this is such a lovely copy. I mean, yeah, very pretty. Pachinko, which I'm very excited about. Starlin House, which is a beautiful book and has, does it have nice? Yeah, has really cool, oh, that was a weird sound for the book. Really cool end pages. Yeah, I'm really happy with that one. Never read any Alex E. Harrow, so I'm excited to read that. And lastly, we had In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. I've never actually read any TJ Klune, so this will be my first, if I read it first. Okay, so that was Where's Santa? And this is where we ended, kind of, because we didn't technically get this box. So I guess we ended, oh, can I get it out? I guess we ended here with no bingo. Yeah, we did, we ended here. Never mind, it's okay, it's okay. Next time I have high hopes for getting a bingo. I think next time I'm not going to pick 5 books. I'm literally, all I'm going to do is work towards getting 1 bingo, because I think that now I've played this, now I know the limitations of it. And I think this middle space here is going to be a free space. So that should help me get a bingo as well. So yeah, hopefully I will be playing in June for my birthday. But I do have to retire little, I was going to say Eeyore. That is not Eeyore. I'm going to have to retire Rudolph and Santa. Okay, so that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for coming along for the ride of Where's Santa for the year of 2023. I really hope that this works, because I do not want to record this again. So please wish me luck, and well, if you're watching this, it worked. So thanks for the good wishes without knowing it. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I'm rambling rubbish. But yeah, I hope you guys are well and that you had a lovely New Year's as well, because I haven't actually properly spoken to you since New Year's. Hope everyone is good, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.